Hey everyone, it's Scary Pear, and today I'm going to be listing some of my most unpopular opinions on the Mario franchise. And this video is just going to be focusing on the Mario Bros franchise and the Mario Kart franchise. So you won't see any opinions on Smash Bros or the Mario Party or Paper Mario or Mario Luigi, etc. It will just be on Mario Brothers or Mario Kart. Before I start, I have to say this is my own opinion, and some of you, or most of you, or if not all of you, will most likely disagree with at least one of the opinions that I'm about to say. And if you do disagree with some of the ones I say, that's alright. It's perfectly acceptable to disagree with some of the opinions I have, because after all, it's just an opinion, it's not fact. So yeah, if you're all happy with that, these are some of the unpopular opinions I have in the Mario and Mario Kart franchise, in no particular order. Let's get on with this. Here's the first unpopular opinion I have for this video. I think that the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe port on the Nintendo Switch was a good port. I'm not really too sure whether this is actually an unpopular opinion, but the reason why I think it is unpopular is because I hear many people saying that, it's a lazy port and Nintendo wants you to buy the same game for full price and the game lacks originality. But I think that the people that are saying these things are kind of missing the point. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is an excellent game for new people who want to get into Mario for the first time. Because, the game's very basic, it's linear, and it's very fun. If you try to make a non-Mario fan play Super Mario Odyssey or Super Mario Galaxy for the first time, they probably wouldn't even know where to begin. I remember when I played Super Mario Galaxy for the first time about a decade ago, back when I didn't really know Mario or video games very well, I didn't really know what I was supposed to do, so I just messed around and just didn't really get very far. It wasn't really until I played New Super Mario Bros. Wii about 3 years later, when I started to get myself into Mario, when I started actually becoming a Mario fan. And it was because of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, because, it's a very basic game, so it just introduced me to the concept of Mario very well. So if it weren't for New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I probably wouldn't be a Mario fan to this day. So Nintendo isn't really aiming New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for existing Mario fans, because, they have Super Mario Odyssey as their Mario game. So New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is aiming towards the new Mario fans to ease them into the Mario franchise, and I think that this game does a very good job at it. And since, the original one was on the Wii U and hardly anyone bought a Wii U, so it's a golden opportunity to put it into the Switch where pretty much everyone owns. Also, this game is just really fun. Just on its own, it's just a really fun game. I really like the new Super Mario Bros. Franchise as a whole, because if it wasn't for them, this YouTube channel may not exist, so I do give them that respect. And here's another unpopular opinion. I like Toad. Yeah, I do like Toad. Many people don't really like him because he's annoying and his voice is so ear-piercingly high, and Toad is the sorry black princess in another castle character. But I really do like Toad because just look at him. He's adorable. He's so cute. Especially in games such as Paper Mario, Super Mario 3D World and Super Mario 64. Just look at him. He's so adorable and so huggable. I just love Toad so much. And I especially like Toadette and Captain Toad as well. Just look at the cutscenes from Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. Come on, how can you not just look at that and just go, oh, it's so cute? So yeah, that's why I like Toad. He's just so adorable. For the next unpopular opinion is that I don't really like Super Mario Sunshine, and I just think it's just an alright game. Super Mario Sunshine obviously is a very good game, and it's one of the best games of the Nintendo GameCube. I can't take that away. But there's a reason why I hardly talk about this game on my channel. For starters, every course theme in this game is beach themed. And part of the reason why I love the Mario franchise is due to all the different course themes being in each game, such as ground, desert, forest, snow, airship, lava, etc. But this game just has one, well, at least for most of the game, and that's just beach, which can get very boring and repetitive after a while. This game is just doesn't really feel like a Mario game to me. Some of Mario's most iconic enemies, such as the Goombas, Koopa Troopers, and other things like that, has been replaced by strolling stews and cataquacks. What on earth is a strolling stew? And also the final battle, you just fight Bowser in his bathtub. it just adds to it doesn't feel like a Mario game vibe that I have with this. And last but most certainly not least, the voice acting. My word, it's just so weird to see the Mario characters talking, especially Bowser and Bowser Jr. Yeah, this game doesn't immediately come to my mind when I think of Mario. Now don't get me wrong, Super Mario Sunshine is an amazing game. And I actually do think it's kind of underrated, but I just don't really like the game very much because it just doesn't really feel like a Mario game. It just feels kind of out of place. I think that Super Mario 3D Land is better than 3D World. To be fair, let me just explain with this one. I will never forget the first time I ever played Super Mario 3D Land. The game was absolutely amazing. But when I played 3D World for the first time, which was about 2 years after I first played 3D Land, and yeah, I liked the game, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant game, but I don't know why, but it didn't really have the same magic to it than 3D Land. I didn't really get that feeling that I had for 3D Land compared to 3D World. I just felt it was just a good game and nothing else. It's probably because of nostalgia more than anything. Not because I actually did think that 3D Land was better than 3D World. As much fun as I did have with 3D World, and there's some great games and there's some great levels and some great boss battles in 3D World, I just didn't really have as much fun with 3D World as I did with 3D Land. Because when I first picked up 3D Land, I generally just did not want to stop playing. But when I eventually did put it down, my first thought was, when am I going to come back to it? I need to come back to it. I need to complete this level. In fact, I love the game so much that 3D Land is actually the only Mario game I ever actually tried to 100%. Because usually when I play a game, I just aim to complete the story. I don't really try to 100% it. But boy, that was not the case with 3D Land. I actually wanted to 100% the game. I didn't actually end up 100% in it, but boy did I give it a jolly good go. With 3D World, when I turned off the game, I wasn't really in that much of a rush to play it again, and I didn't try to 100% it. Literally, as soon as I beat the game, I just kind of stopped playing it really and started playing Mario Maker. But nevertheless, both games are brilliant, and both are one of the best games on their respective consoles. There's just something about 3D Land, something in it, I'm not sure what it is, there's just something about it that just makes me like it better than 3D World. It's probably most likely nostalgia, but I'm not really too sure. And here's the next unpopular opinion. I like the fake item box in Mario Kart. Yeah, I generally like this item. It's a good idea and quite a clever concept, because in Mario Kart, the items are what makes the Mario Kart games Mario Kart, basically. Without the items, Mario Kart is nothing, really. The fake item box basically trolls you into thinking that you can get an item, but instead you just get trolled. It's kind of like a Rickroll, but Nintendo's version of a Rickroll, if you know what I mean. There are two types of fake item boxes in Mario Kart. In Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart DS, the fake item box looks very similar to the regular item box, but with a slight tweak, like the question marks upside down or something like that. But the ones in Mario Kart Wii and Double Dash, they have a completely different colour palette, so you can instantly tell which one's fake and which one's real. And if you ask me, I prefer the fake item boxes in 64 and DS where they look similar, because since it kind of adds a bit more of a shock, and it's basically a better troll, since, a recolour, you can see it from a mile away. I just really like the concept of this item, and the idea of making it an item box that basically just rickrolls you or trolls you is pretty clever. And to be fair, I was pretty disappointed not to see it return in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but hopefully it will come back in Mario Kart 9. And my next unpopular opinion is that I think that Super Mario Galaxy 1 is better than Super Mario Galaxy 2. For starters, I think the level design in Galaxy 1 is better than in Galaxy 2, the boss battles are better in Galaxy 1, and also the storyline is a lot more cinematic-like, whereas Galaxy 2's the storyline's a bit like a book. So it's a bit like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, how he has a book and it has a film. Super Mario Galaxy 1 is kind of like the film adaptation, whereas Super Mario Galaxy 2 is like the book adaptation. That's how I like to think about those two games. Galaxy 1's the film and Galaxy 2's the book, or basically the same thing. So, honestly, that's why. I think Galaxy 2 is just a lot more of a linear game. It's a lot more complete this and move on, complete that and move on, whereas Galaxy 1 just has a bit more things to do, the hub world is better, and other stuff like that. I just think Galaxy 1 is just a better game than Galaxy 2, and it's a lot more depth, a lot more flavour into it, and I think a lot more work probably was put into Galaxy 1 than it was for Galaxy 2. Now, another unpopular opinion is that I kind of like the idea of rubber banding in Mario Kart. In some Mario Kart games, there's this thing called rubber banding, which is when you are front running in a track, the CPUs in the race will gain a sudden speed boost and will get more powerful items than usual in an attempt to catch up to you. In some games such as Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart Wii, rubber banding is very aggressive. And in other games such as Super Circuit, Double Dash, Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8, the rubber banding is toned down a lot. In fact, it's barely even there in some of those games. But if you ask me, I generally do like the idea of rubber banding. Because once you've mastered the controls in a game without rubber banding, the races can get very boring. Because there's no competition, you're simply too good at the game, and the game just becomes way too easy for you, so you just generally just lose interest, and it's all challenge and all fun is just gone because you're simply too good at it. But with rubber banding, there is a constant challenge since you are never ever too good at a race. So it's a lot more exciting to play Mario Kart with rubber banding, and also to win a race with rubber banding feels a lot more rewarding than winning a race without, since you feel like you generally deserve to win the race rather than you just won the race because you're far too good at the game. So I do like rubber banding in Mario Kart. It keeps every single track and every race interesting, so no matter how good or how bad you are at Mario Kart, you can never be too good or you can never be too bad, or lead a race by about 1,000 metres, or be behind by about 1,000 metres, which generally can make the game boring and you just turn off the game because you just think, well, I just want to play a much more harder game. So quite frankly, I like the idea of rubber banding, and I think it should be back for Mario Kart 9. Okay, and here's my final and probably the most controversial and popular opinion in this list of opinions, is that I'm honestly kind of scared to actually say this, but I think that Super Mario 64 is overrated. Now please, before you grab your pitchforks and torches, let me explain myself, please. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Super Mario 64. It is a brilliant game, and it arguably has the greatest music in any Mario game, such as Cool Cool Mountain, the ending credit themes, the file select theme, Die Die Dots, and countless others to name a few. And it definitely has the best ideas. And it definitely is the most important Mario game, if not video game of all time. But here's the thing, note what I've just said. I said it's the most important Mario game of all time, not the best Mario game of all time. Now the reason why I say this is because to today's standards, the game looks very ugly and very blocky. It hasn't aged well in the slightest, just like every N64 game. And also the controls in this game are terrible. This is by far the worst controlling Mario game in the main series. And the swimming controls are a nightmare. Die Die Dots and Jolly Roger Bay, they may have excellent music, but boy, they are a pain and a half to play. And wall jumping has to be frame perfect, otherwise you won't execute it perfectly at all. And sometimes Mario just won't respond to what you're telling it to do. And also the camera is so bad because Lucky Chu does not know how to film. It's like he's filming the Hunger Games, for goodness sake. Like, calm yourself, please. Let's be honest. The only reason why people love this game and say it's the best video game ever is because of nostalgia more than anything else. Not because it's actually a good game. They totally overlook the countless of flaws that this game's had. Now, I didn't grow up with Super Mario 64 because I wasn't born yet when this game came out. I grew up with New Super Mario Bros. Wii, so I have no nostalgia whatsoever over Super Mario 64. So when I'm judging this game, I'm pretty much judging it as fair as possible, not because I grew up with the game, therefore I must present it under a good light. So when you're looking at this game without nostalgia, the flaws in this game just stick out like a sore thumb. Games like Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Odyssey, and yes, even Super Mario Sunshine, they fixed all of the flaws that 64 had, like better controls, better cameras, better swimming mechanic. Now look, I must reiterate, even though I have basically ranted about this game for about 2 minutes or so, I really do like Super Mario 64. Don't get me wrong, it's one of my favourite Mario games ever, and it always will be. But I think the game is more of an important game than a good game. It's very important because it basically laid the groundwork for all 3D video games, let alone Mario games, video games in the future, since Super Mario 64 was one of the first 3D video games of its kind. And let's face it, something like that is never going to happen again. And because I wasn't born in 1996, I had no idea what it actually felt like to jump from 2D to 3D. This game really just came out at the right place at the right time, and that's why it gets all the love. Super Mario 64 is more of an important game than a good game, and it has lots and lots of flaws that quite frankly no one really talks about, but they always seem to notice the flaws of Galaxy and Odyssey. That's all. Super Mario 64 is a very good game though, and it is and always will be one of my favourite Mario games ever, my favourite video game ever, let alone Mario. But I just think it's a lot more accurate to say that it's the most important video game of all time, rather than it's the best video game of all time. That's all. It's a great game, yes, it's just a bit overrated. So, that is the end of the video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. So yeah, please don't get too upset with me in the comment section below if I have an opinion that you don't agree with. After all, that's the beauty of Mario. We all like things, and we all don't like some things. So yeah, so let me know what you think in the comment section below, and if you have any unpopular opinions of your own, then please feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I'll look forward to seeing them. So until then, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll just see you all next Friday. Goodbye.